Hi YouTube, this is Samantha, Sampookie9 if this is the first time that you're watching any of my videos. And it's been a couple of weeks since I've done an update video for you guys. As you guys know, I still don't have internet out here where I live at. So when I know that I'm going somewhere that has internet, I try to upload a video for you guys. I'm just going to do a little recap of everything. I had gastric bypass October the 8th. Yeah, in 2011. I think it's October the 8th. Can't remember the day now, but anyways, October 2011. And it has been, today has been 70 weeks since I had my gastric bypass. And I did start out at 370 pounds when I started my journey. The last time that I came on here, I was like 206 or 207 or something like that. I'd had a gain of 2 pounds when I came on. It was like 206 or 207 or something like that. It has been a bit of a struggle for a few months. I'd say that I was at a stall, or I'm going back and forth with weight gain and losing and stuff like that. But I came to realize yesterday some things. So anyways, I'll just go ahead with my weight update. As of this morning, when I weighed on my Wii, because it is in sync with my doctor scale, I was 205 pounds. So I lost a pound or two since my last update. I sit there and I think about, I went back and forth just trying to figure out why my weight loss has slowed down. I know that me not exercising has a lot to do with that, but if y'all all know that I had I was in a car wreck, a really bad car wreck in October, about 4 months ago. I was in a really bad car wreck that left me with 2 broke legs, 2 broke kneecaps, and a broke foot, shattered pelvis, and many other injuries that I had. My orthopedic still will not give me clearance to do any exercising, as he did more x-rays and said that my bones still have not healed correctly. They would like for me to have surgery to correct what has not been fixed on its own, but I refuse to do that. I'm a strong person and I'm trying to build my strength back up. I did start exercising a little at a time. I did realize that, you know, you can't lose weight. Well, you can, but you really need to exercise, even if it's a couple days a week. So I did start walking every now and then. My legs were really hurting when I started walking, so I had to stop walking. Recently, yesterday was day 1 of going back to basics, to what I was at before, trying to go back to my protein diet, eating as much protein as I can, staying away from the carbs, staying away from the frappes, because I realized that, and I'm addicted to frappes. I was drinking like 2 or 3 a day, and when you drink one of them, it's like 500 calories, so it's like taking all of my calories up, so it's totally not worth it. I'm not going to cut myself completely off, maybe a half of one a day. I'm not going to just cut myself off of, you know, everything, because that's just not the way to do it. You've got to be able to maintain this lifestyle for your whole life, not just for the time that you want to lose weight. And I'm definitely not going to starve myself. You know, I've seen a lot of people here on the weight loss community that's starving themselves just to get to their goal. And, you know, once you get to your goal, what happens when you start to eat again like you're supposed to? You're going to start gaining the weight back. I'm not calling out anybody or anything like that, because I'm not like that, and it's really none of my business on how they lose weight. But I've watched a lot of videos, and I've seen a lot of people that are like 60 and 50 weeks out, and they're still losing 5 or 6 pounds a week, you know. And from talking to my doctor, or my surgeon, who I recently seen, who's actually proud of me now. He actually said I was doing really good, and he's really happy with where I'm at, which is a real surprise because he was a butthole to me. You know, starving yourself just to get to goal is not the answer, because you'll eventually start eating again, which I'm eating because I'm trying to eat my breakfast. But anyways, you see a lot of people that starve themselves and like not eating enough food throughout the day, eating 700, 800 calories and stuff like that. But you know, I'm not here to judge anyone, and I'm here for support to anyone, and I'm here, you know, to make my journey better. And I realized that I was eating a lot of snacks, like cookies, cakes, candy, potato chips and stuff like that. I would get sick from them, but I would still do it. Like, it didn't matter whether it made me sick. I was eating a lot. So I sat back and I was like, what is going on? Why am I not losing the weight? Why am I going back and forth? I was all the way up to back to 208. And I was just like, I started getting scared. I was like, oh man, I'm fixing to start gaining this weight back. I've got to do something. So yesterday was day one on taking everything back to basics and trying to, I started exercising last night. Not doing too much. I'm doing my wee Michael Jackson dance. I can do that about 45 minutes before my leg starts hurting. So that's what I'm trying to do. And that's a start, so I'm happy with that. Yesterday I ate about 1,000 calories. No sweets at all yesterday and no snacking. So that was good. Yesterday, from the day before, I had lost like 6 ounces or something like that. So it shows that when you eat like you're supposed to, no snacking, and drink your water, you know, you do lose weight, you know. So I'm going to try that for a while. Like I said, my doctor was really happy with me. He thinks that I only should lose like maybe 20 more pounds, just because of my height. I'm 5'7", like 5'7.5". So he thinks that me being at like 180 would be okay for me. And I was really surprised because he's always been really hard on me. He was never really a nice person to me, but he was so surprised when he had seen me because I hadn't went back to him in a long time, and I wasn't going to go back to him because he really did hurt my feelings. In the last visit that I had was talking about I was a failure. Sorry, I have to take a drink. That's another thing. I was not drinking no water whatsoever, none, all day long. I hate water. I've always hated water, but I'm trying to start out with drinking 3 bottles a day, and each bottle is 16.9 ounces. So it's a start, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it the right way. I'm not going to starve myself. I'm going to exercise as much as I can. It's just kind of a bum that, you know, I can't exercise as much as I want to. But as soon as my body starts to heal the way that it's supposed to, hopefully I'll start going back to the gym. But anyways, I did want to come up here and, you know, give you guys a little update on myself and tell you how I was doing. Oh, to the ones that that has been following my journey knows that I started a job like 3 months ago, and I worked there, and I was being physically harassed by one of the employees. And he was really treating me bad. He even threw a pin in my face, threw a pin at my face, almost hit me in the eye. And, you know, I was miserable there. I hated it there. So my husband told me to quit. So I quit, in which I usually never quit a job. And recently I found another job that I'm going to be starting Monday, and it's actually a job that I've been wanting for a couple of years, but they were hard to get in to interview. Like, you had to meet their criteria to be able to interview, and I interviewed and got a second interview, and then she offered me the job. So I start Monday, which is awesome. I have a couple friends that work there, so that's going to be good too. But this is week 70, and at 2:05. Hopefully I will, like I said, I still set my goal for October this year to be, I mean, I'm going to set it at 180. Just because that's what my doctor said that he thought that would be a good weight for me. So that's what I'm going to go for. So anyways, it has been 70 weeks. That's a long time since I had my surgery, and I'm back to basics. This is day 2, and I'm feeling good. So I hope y'all all have a happy Valentine's Day, and I send much love to all of y'all. Thanks for all the new subscribers and all the subscribers that's been there from the beginning. I really appreciate everything. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.